Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the Red Hat Division. Thank you guys for watching this video. Today I'm excited to talk about a gun that kind of just released this year. It's something that not a lot of people are focusing on, and its cloner company or the original company, whatever you want to call it, is extremely popular. So I kind of want to bring some visuals to it. So today we're going to be talking about the Sarsilmaz 724. First and foremost, shout out to SAR. Thank you guys so much for sending this to us. If you see this gun initially and you had no idea what it was, what would you think? You would say CZ, and you'd be correct, right? Because this is, in my opinion, a clone of the CZ75 series pistols. Now, though it does have some really similar looks to the Jericho from IWI, I feel like it matches the CZ a little bit more. So do me a favor right now, comment below and let me know which one you guys think it looks more like. The Jericho from IWI or a CZ75 series pistols. While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna keep talking, don't worry about me. So this gun is very interesting. All right, and I want to kind of give you guys an idea of why I think it's interesting and what could be the reason that you want to purchase it. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So when you're discussing a CZ pistol, you have to really truly think, this is an iconic platform. This is something that most people in the gun community always will hit down their path, especially if you dive deep into it, right? After you get past your Glock phase and you get past your SIG phase, you start saying, I want something different, right? So you travel into the double action, single action world. You know you got Beretta, you know you got the SIG P226. If you start getting real into like the weeds and you have the money, you have the Tankfolios, right? But right before you hit Tankfolio, I promise you, you will hit CZ and the 75 series pistols, right? Everybody in the competition realm knows limited optics and carry optics, you will see a handful of the Shadows out there, the Shadow 2s. They are great pistols. They are undeniably good. Most people go out and win nationals with those. They are phenomenal guns, right? But a lot of people don't know about them. So when you go into a gun store, the CZ 75 series pistol will be a gun that you know most people will look past because it's just not super sexy unless you're talking the Shadow model, the higher trim, right? Your PO1, your SPO1, they'll be like, well, cool, like it's whatever. But when that good gun clerk goes, hey, let me show you something you're not aware of, and you get it and you're like, oh my God, this is actually nice. I like the weight, it feels like a gun, right? Some people don't like polymer. They say polymer feels cheap. Some people want to feel it, right? They have that. What's really cool about the CZ75 is there aren't too many competitors directly for that, right? You have those other companies I named in the double action, single action world, but when you get in there, there's not much for the gun clerk to say, hey, look at this. You get this CZ, you're like, I love it. Then you see the price tag. Some of you may look at the price tag and be like, it costs how much? And it may be an uncomfortable feeling for you because you may not be willing to spend that, especially at that part in your journey. But what SAR did was they made something that was competitive to it. Hey, we want to give you everything that you love in that style pistol, but we want to make it affordable. We want to cater to you. We want you to be happy. Thank you, Sarsilmaz. We appreciate that. So they came up with the 724. Along with some of the things that I like I've already mentioned, the grip length, it's the same against all three models. So you have your subcompact, compact, or standard and full size. You get 17 rounds every single time, doesn't matter which one, which is cool because now I don't have to worry about getting weird magazines or getting a 15 round magazine that won't fit in this or that, like a lot of the other platforms. Nope, 17 rounds, that's what you get, no issues, full length grip, no complaints there. Cool thing about the mags, they are compatible with the CZ75 mags. Yes, sir. You can go ahead and buy you 75 series mags and they will run in this really well. One thing to note, this comes with a mag well. I'll tell you right now, if you don't have the correct base plate, they won't run. So think about that before purchasing. So that's where that small deviation comes in. You may have to get specific ones to fit the mag well, or just take the mag well off. It came with the gun, it's not gonna hurt you. So along that, what else do I think is pretty cool? I like the color, it pops, right? A lot of the CZ guns, like I mentioned, if they're not the shadow line, they don't pop. They're very flat, they're black, you don't see nothing else. Like, okay, I see a black gun. Half the guns in the gun shelf are black. This one comes in that beautiful stainless. Now, with it being a steel gun, it is going to be a little heavier, which also gives it that real feel of the gun, right? It makes it easier to shoot. You're like, yes, but when you're carrying it, you might be like, ugh, I need a different belt. But that's not the only thing that makes it really nice. There are other features. Let's dive into them. So when we start to talk shootability, there are things that come into question, right? Things you want to know. How does the trigger feel? How is the recoil? How is the single action? How's the double action, right? These are important because in some of these guns, you have to worry about that because some of them are bad, and some of them are okay, but then you have good. When you talk premium and you think of the Shadow line, you always think, okay, these have great triggers. Well, what about the Sarsilmaz? Well, let's talk about it. So first, the gun is cleared out, nothing in there. The very first thing that I have to say I love is going to be the knurling on the trigger. I love that. Why do I love that? So the CZ triggers are normally polished and there's no texture at all. So if you're someone like me that's in this journey of learning how to shoot really good, you start realizing grip is king. You need grip. But through grip, you can also notice your finger may move on the trigger. Now, there's a community of people that will argue and say, trigger placement doesn't matter. Well, I believe in consistency, so I like to have my finger in one spot and I don't want it to move there. Just because for me, in my shooting fundamentals, I feel like that makes it easier to do what I want to do. When I have those polished triggers, I have an issue with that. My finger starts to slide, right? Which means my grip is moving, so I could tighten up my grip. But even then, when I want to get faster follow-up shots, I want to burn something down, it's difficult. With the knurling on here, after the double action shot, I can get busy. All right, now let's talk about before. Let's bring it back, all right? That double action shot is not fun. This is where I will dive a little bit into the cons, right? It's gonna be one of those games where I'm in and out, kind of talking about pros and cons. The double action on here is roughly 10 pounds. On their website, it says 9.5. On my reader at home, I'm getting 10 consistently. So it is a very heavy, very, very long trigger squeeze, right? Now, why could that be good? For someone training, it can develop that muscle memory so then 10 just doesn't become heavy anymore. But I'm kind of lazy, right? I just want it. So what I would love to see is aftermarket support, right? Throw some stuff in here, right? Cajun Works, hello, how are you? This is out, please give me a kit that we can pop in there. Also, with that kit, if you're like an at-home armor, right? You do all the stuff yourself, you're Glock Armor certified. These are not easy guns to work on, all right? I've installed kits on my CZs before, they're not easy. So be patient with yourself, find the videos, take your time. Cajun Gun Works, if you do release some parts for this, maybe an install video would be nice, whatever, right? Your guys' world. The double action's not fun, don't like it. The single action, I like it a lot. Single action's coming in about 2.5 pounds. So that is a really good feel for one of these triggers. Now, with that knurling, when I'm running it in single action, I feel like I can attack the world. But one thing I would love to see is grip panels, all right? Lock grips. What up, baby? Let's get some lock grips out there. Let's do something. Let's go ahead and adjust this. The G10 panels that it comes with are good. They have a really good texture, but they're not super aggressive, all right? They're not slick, but I want something that like I know is not gonna move. I'm not competing with this. This is the compact model gun. So this is for me to carry, put in my pants. So I want them a little bit slimmer, which for me that has some medium-sized hands, it'll give me a little bit better purchase on the gun. Some things that I can see other people doing, not me, because it's a steel frame and you have all this space here, I probably will have my homeboy, Jay, you know, Jay, my co-host, you guys are familiar with him.
You wanna go look real quick? Let's check.
I'll probably have him laser in some texture right here because I would have really loved that so I can have a place just for my thumb to sit. I'm not putting pressure in it, I just need the thumb to sit there. Other than that, I feel like my support hand is moving a lot. That gives me just a little bit of a feel of a lock-in. Black Steel, what up, baby? They make the gas pedal. That'd be really cool to see on here. Something that goes, they make like a carry gas pedal, so that'd be real cool. Back to the gun, back to the gun. I would love to see an ambidextrous safety, right? There are left-handed people out there. It's not our fault that they're wrong-handed. It is what it is, but we have to consider them. So this not having a double safety, an ambidextrous safety, could be a problem for some. I don't have a problem because I'm right-handed, all right? You wrong-handed people, sorry. But Sarsilmaz, let's think about them. Get something that I can put on the other side. Something that I also would love to see because a lot of these other double action, single action guns have it. Give me a decocker, please. All right, give me something so I don't have to do this. Some people are really uncomfortable doing this, right? How do I know? I used to be that guy. In the beginning, I was like, all right, so give me something that I can decock with, right? Flip down, flip off, resets my hammer, I'll be good to go. Other than that, the gun is really nice, especially at the price point. What's the price point? I'll tell you. So you want to know the price? It's 1,000 gummy bears, all right? 1,000 packs of gummy bears you gotta put in, right under 1,000 packs of gummy bears. And that's just the MSRP. So I could assume you'll find a street price right around the 750 glizzies price, right? Maybe cheaper, a little bit more expensive, but for that, if the aftermarket decides to bless us with stuff for this, I can tell you, you will see more of these in competition, in carry. Generally, you'll see it out there, just like when Canik came to the scene. When Canik jumped out, the price was unbeatable. People were flying to go get them. Over the years, they have developed into making better guns. So they make really good guns now at really good prices. Sarsilmaz is starting out right in the middle. They're making a bomb-ass gun for a really good price. So the more of you guys that grab it, the better it'll be. Now, I can't speak for the other guns right now. Right now, we're just talking the 724. I have no real problem with it. Now, unfortunately, I have an O-Sight XR in here, and I'm not the happiest with the way it's zeroed. But it's got a zero. I'm close, so definitely when you guys are buying optics, make sure you're watching people that review optics, talking about them. Hey, I'm one of those guys. So we will be talking about the XR soon and kind of my whole experience with the O-Sight. So far, I've only had one really successful one, and the rest of them have been like picking and choosing. So, but without further ado, let's kind of get some shots through this. So again, it shoots really good. Let's get some on the single action. The single action squeeze is butter. It's perfect, right? The weight of the gun makes it really good to watch my dot. I have seen my dot doing this so I can make really good follow-up shots. The reason I didn't shoot steel, because I know some of you guys are gonna be like, why didn't he shoot this steel that fast? These are reduced plates. They're very, very small plates. So me doing that, I don't want you guys talking about, he can't even really shoot like that. Why am I listening to him? He can't shoot. All right, so I put it on some paper, and I'm at, we'll say 15. I don't have any shots outside of the blue, the actual silhouette. I'll show you guys because I know you're gonna wanna see it. So now that you guys can see that I can shoot inside it, we're not gonna talk about the crazy ones that are there. It's in the blue, all right? I'm not out here training. I'm just making this video for you guys. You wanna see me training? Go check out my Instagram, watch my USPSA videos of me competing and actually taking time to put real shots down range and focusing on that. Anyways, back to the 724. For the price, I don't really think you can beat it. I think it's a really good product for the money, but let's talk about it in a different setting. All right, so what are you getting when you think, right? When you go to buy a CZ, you're looking for the reliability, you're looking for the flattest shooting, you're looking for a smooth trigger, you're looking for a good gun overall. With the Sarsilmaz, I don't think you're sacrificing much there. You're getting a good gun. The double action trigger, right? We talked about that. Single action trigger, very good. Neuro trigger, awesome. You have front serrations that are very resourceful, very useful, right? You have a bushing system, which is actually really neat for this gun. You have a polished barrel, so that adds to that appeal. It makes the gun sexy. You have anti-glare serrations. You have a really, really nice set of iron sights for that community out there. But more importantly, you have an optics ready, so you can put a dot on it. You have a rail. You have a mag well. You have removable grip panels that hopefully somebody will take the time to make some really, really sexy ones. So for just under 1,000 McDonald's McDoubles, you can get a very nice gun, all right? I think that this is a really good gun. I'm excited. I'm probably gonna change the optic out. It is what it is because I do wanna carry this. The weight doesn't bother me. It is a heavy gun. Again, I mentioned it's steel. So for some people, it's gonna bother them. I am running the LAS Concealment Multi-Universal Holster, and I don't have a problem. You have a good belt on, you have some good pants, guess what? You won't have any issues. So do what you gotta do, train. Definitely check out Sarsilmaz. Let me know what you guys think. It is something that you're gonna jump on, you're gonna buy, or you're gonna be like, nah, let's wait for the next one. I personally think you should check them out because they make a really, really, really nice gun. I'm excited to see it go places. There's only a couple reviews out right now, so do me a favor. Like I said, comment below, make sure you guys subscribe. Let me know what you think. Go ahead and share this video. Send it to a friend that's a CZ fanboy. Maybe they'll jump on it. After that, come back, double check that you subscribe, notifications on. We have a lot in store for you guys. More SAR products, more suppressor content, all that. If you guys have made it this far, I appreciate it. You guys have a good one.